We are nearly...
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. And a quick look at some of the numbers for Luka Doncic.
And, guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Ibaka. Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2. And for Dallas, they've got Porzingis. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Cauley Stein. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. Greg, the 2 words you and I don't like the most in this game, load management. Why do we see more of it now than when you played the game?
A couple of things. I think sports science has evolved, and I've talked to a ton of coaches about this. The reality is that now they don't determine whether or not a guy's going to play. It's going to be the people that work with the strength and conditioning. They determine if a guy is ready to go. Secondly, I would also say the contracts now, the investments that teams have in these assets, you want to try to prolong their careers as long as possible. And so I think it's a smart move from an investment standpoint.
They bring up some great points. Here's Doncic. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Luka Doncic again. Doncic has got 6 points.
Doncic showing you his ability to finish. I really respect his aggressiveness in taking it to the hoop and handling contact.
Richardson against George. Back to Beverley on the wing, Batum. For the 3. No good. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Last time they met was in Los Angeles, where they beat the Clippers.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
And, you know, one of the things about winning the physical battle like they did in that game, it gives you a lot of confidence going into the next meeting. You know you can push this team around in the paint and win the physical battle.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
You know, he's the 3rd pick in the 2018 draft, guys, and Doncic seems poised to dominate this league for a lot of years.
All 3 throws good from Doncic. Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
One of the great athletes in the league, and there are a bunch of them, but he's at the top of the list. Ferocity on that throwdown from Paul George.
It's Richardson on the wing. No good on the triple.
Well, you know what? All good things must come to an end, and they finally missed after making their first 4.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Now, here's Doncic. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Nuggets in Denver. And it's Leonard with the jam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Cauley Stein's shot is good.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
George passes to Ibaka. And he converts the layup.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 10. The 2K leaderboard is on the screen now to reveal the dominant scores in the NBA over the last month. 5th is Luka Doncic.
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for Porzingis. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Williams passes to Zubac. It's rebounded by Dallas. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
Here's Williams after Luka Doncic's bucket. Williams attacking. Here's Zubac, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams.
Don't sleep on Williams's ability to create for others. That's a veteran play.
Doncic against Kennard. The shot by Powell, no good. A chance at a 2 for 1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
It's deflected. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Brunson. Powell trying to free himself up.
Powell doing a nice job recognizing when to give it up. He, to me, is the epitome of a value utility player. Knows his role.
Williams passes to Zubac. Stolen by Brunson. One-on-one fast break. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
To the inside, Powell with the steal. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've set the tone. They love their... And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
Dwight Powell is out there with Maxi Kleber. Then there's Hardaway. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's a 1-2 in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Brunson kicks to Hardaway. He lobs it up. Stolen by Jackson. And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. Kleber with the rebound.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And, you know, this is what Powell does best. Establishes himself deep inside and jams it home.
Brunson against Williams. Makes it off the glass.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Mavericks leading by 4. Brunson with it. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Denver. Passes it to Powell. And the rejection by Zubac. Here's Jackson. That one falls. Jackson's got 4 points in the quarter.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Here's Brunson. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches. He used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Here's Morris. Shot clock at 6. Zubac with it. Hardaway picks him up. He's off on that one. And it's Dallas the other way. Here's a 1-2. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
They shot the lights out from deep. Really stretched out the defense in that one.
There's all kind of talk in the game today about stretching the floor, because when you do that, everything else just becomes a little easier.
Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
And there's so many guys that, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Travis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are three names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Brunson the pass to Pop, and that one goes out of bounds. It's touched by Zubac.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Richardson, he's checked in for Hardaway, and Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Luke Kennard. And George is subbed in for Lou Williams. Kicks it out to Leonard. A three-pointer off the mark.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamorous stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Here's Jackson. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
Doncic feeling it out. And the shot is good.
You know what? It's really rare to see young players like Doncic have such offensive creativity in their games. Deadly from the mid-range.
Jackson dishes to Ibaka. Count it. And that's now 6 points for Serge Ibaka.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. 27 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Kleba. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Kawhi Leonard.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
Here's Doncic. Can't nail the jumper.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
And a close game so far through
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This home crowd is elated. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He ended up with 22 points and 1 rebound. And from what we saw... And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter is set to begin.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Now here's Beverly. Burke covering. The pass to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Here's Burke, defended by Beverly. Great positioning on the putback. Cauley Stein's got 6.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
And it's Beverly missing.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
Pass to Richardson. To the middle. Here's Cauley Stein. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And it's an 8-point Maverick lead.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Burke. And then for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac has checked in for Serge Ibaka. And Morris subbed in for Nicholas Batum. The drive by Doncic. It's hauled in by Beverly.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And then Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Doncic against Beverly. Doncic passes to Cauley Stein. Here's Porzingis. Back to Cauley Stein. Goes back up. He takes it up and lays it in. 10 points for him. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Beverly against Doncic. Here's Zubac. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Cauley Stein's got 7 rebounds in the game. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Tell you what, for a young player, Doncic has already shown tremendous skill and feel for the game. Beautiful floor awareness there.
On the wing, George. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Bucket is good.
Well, this is who Doncic is. This is what we've seen from him. A scorer who can take over games easily.
And Beverly kicks to Zubac. Out to Morris. To the paint, and stolen by Cauley Stein. Here's Richardson. Up again. It's good on the putback. Finney Smith's got the lead up to 12 now for the Mavs.
Boy, fighting to keep that play alive. Beautiful tip in there.
Beverly, the pass to Zubac.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Owundu's checked in, and Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Richardson. The Clippers also changing it up. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Morris. Batum comes in for Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That's his first foul. Now he's checked in for Dallas. There's the lob to the hoop. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. That's in, and the Dallas lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Batum.
And that's a momentum shifter. A steal leading straight to the basket.
Williams against Brunson. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
An elite rim protector. Ibaka has the highly desired combination of athleticism and timing.
Mavericks making a switch here. Marjanovic is checked in. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him. That sends Jalen Brunson to the free throw line. That's on Lou Williams. The Mavericks shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. Clippers trail by 11. And George here. Oh, what a dunk!
And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Brunson against Williams. Marjanovic. Great positioning on the putback. And the Mavericks lead by 11.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
The 3 from George. The Mavericks pull it in. Here's Brunson. Does not get it. Third miss. He's made 4 from the field. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Yep, that one goes. George has got 6.
Well, I tell you, George is an amazing athlete. He's got great speed, and when he's in the open court running the break, that's a scary look for the defense.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks. Ahead by 9 is the... How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, we've got Hardaway. He's out there with Jalen Brunson. Porzingis is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 4. Williams passes to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful 2-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
A pass to Porzingis. No good that time.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect. One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
On the wing, Doncic. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprise, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
It actually almost makes it a little more special. Grace over power is how I would look at it.
Ibaka down low. He's against Porzingis. Yep, that one goes in there. And 11 points for Serge Ibaka.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Doncic outside. 3-pointers off the mark.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
That's in, and the Dallas lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Batum.
Yeah, they are really starting to push it now.
Batum against Doncic. And the rejection by Ibaka. Batum passes to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
And, you know, it's taken a big run, but they were able to get back into this one. Very impressive. No quitting these guys.
Brunson kicks to Doncic. And the layup's good off the glass. Doncic has got 26 points.
Luka does not back away from the big stage, guys. This young fella loves to be center stage in the biggest moments.
Here's Ibaka. Another shot. Yep, it goes. And the Dallas lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Zubac.
Really good work on the interior. That is a critical 2 points there. That was an ideal scenario really for him. Point-blank range and also a size advantage.
Here's Batum. An easy 2 points on the layup. Batum's got 4 points in the quarter.
Big shot, Nick. He lives for these moments.
Doncic against Batum. And the call on the shot. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double-checking, and the game continues on.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Teron Lou's huddle. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappier. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
And the dunk by Doncic.
No fear or hesitation in the eyes of Doncic. He loves the chance to take and make these big ones.
Zubac's the pass to Ibaka. Outside for Batum. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Ibaka down low. Guarded by Marjanovic. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Man, it's nothing but bottoms for Ibaka right now.
And so it's Burke who brings up the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. Doncic outside. Down low, Marjanovic. Yes!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Outside for George. Shoots over Burke. Second chance shot. It drops.
And this is where Ibaka's steely demeanor serves him well. No hesitation under pressure.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Doncic outside. And he goes right over Serge Ibaka and slams it down.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
So it's a narrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the W. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really...
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg. Breaking.
what women could do and to challenge you.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Los Angeles. Welcome to this Sunday afternoon edition of... So a moment now to see the story for Paul George.
And guys, his effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. He'll be looking to play a smarter game tonight.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. They've got Derek Jones. Enes Kanter is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Trent in at the 2. And for the Clippers, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ibaka in at the 5 spot.
I love the patience Beverley has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverley is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
And Leonard gets it to go.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Lillard against Beverley. And Lillard kicks to Covington. Back to Lillard. 5 to shoot. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Refuses to let contact deter him from scoring. I'm a fan of Lillard's willingness to challenge defenders.
Now here's Batum. 8 points his last outing. On the wing, Batum. Covington with the steal. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And a deep 3 from Lillard. Offensive rebound.
I mean, beautiful execution of the game plan offensively. So far, they are hitting 80% from the field.
Now, here is George. A 17-point game for him in the win against Golden State.
And it wasn't just the scoring. He also impacted the game on the glass. Terrific all-around effort.
And Lillard throws it down.
Don't let his height fool you. Lillard can rise up with the best of them.
Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. Lillard surveying the D. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
Great defense by Serge, a tremendous athlete, blessed with insane length and leaping ability.
The putback, and Cantor able to finish.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Now, here is George. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game. Here's Jones, and it's Jones finishing it off.
Yeah, quick thinking wins Dame assists. Finds the open man, and the ball instantly there for the finish.
Here's George. Ibaka, the pass to George. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Rick, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning. And your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
Williams, that's good.
You see the toughness of Williams. Won't shy away from contact.
Pass to Jones. Pass to Cantor. Kicks it out to Jones. Pass to Trent. The dish now to Cantor. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. From deep. Trailblazers keep it alive. And Cantor able to finish.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Zubac. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Trent passes to Simons. It's hauled in by George. Clippers trail by 8. Here's Leonard. It's hauled in by Trent. Here's Simons, and there's the pass to Trent. Gets it off, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Portland in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And they've done a... And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched a puck.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys. What do you think they're doing or not doing?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
You can do everything else right, but if you fail to take care of the defensive glass, you're killing your chances.
Kennard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Williams at the point guard position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Zubac, the pass to Williams. And he banks in the layup. Williams has got 7.
Using his athleticism in the paint, Lou beats everyone to the punch.
Out left to the wing. Here's Simons. No points in the game yet for him. And it goes down 2 points.
Now, I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Jackson passes to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
Jones dishes to Cantor. Releases. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
An okay season at the free throw line for him so far, sitting right around 76%.
Serge Ibaka is checked in for the Clippers. Robert Covington's checked in for Portland. Damian Lillard comes in for Anthony Simons. Now Kennard. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Cantor finds Lillard. From deep three-point range, the long-distance three is buried. He's got 11.
That's one of the reasons Lillard is out there. He gives you that deep threat.
Hood comes in with the double team. Jackson passes to Zubac. Covington with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Anthony leading the charge. And Lillard gets it to go.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Zubac the pass to Ibaka. To halt the run. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Zubac no good. And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota where they'll take on the Timberwolves. Over the third game of this three-game road trip.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
A different look for the Clippers. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Zubac, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Morris. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Trent's checked in. Nobody near Lillard. The shot will not fall. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Jackson. Lillard attacking. Count it. Lillard's got the lead up to 10 now for Portland.
Throughout the evening, he's gotten to his spots, and the defense has not adjusted.
Beverley wide open. It's hauled in by Trent.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make a play.
Lillard against Beverley. Out to Ibaka. The tray. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Good finds Covington. Over to the left wing. Here's Lillard. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. They come in fresh off the win against the Warriors.
And the difference in that one,
and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Clippers trail by 9. And George, here we go, lays it up off the glass.
So smart with the ball in his hands. George reads the floor well and takes advantage of what's there.
Outside Anthony. Dishes to Covington. Kicks it out to Jones. Over Beverley. Here's Covington. And that comes off the assist by Jones. And the Trailblazers lead by 9.
All-out effort all the time. Covington was undrafted, and he's worked his way into NBA minutes.
Passes it to Beverley. Ibaka. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
When shots go up, one thing about Ibaka, he gets to the right place at the right time.
Jones, the pass to Covington, and the dunk by Covington.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really...
And that concludes the first half. Trailblazers lead by 9.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith, and leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He ended up with 15 points. And that's all we have for...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Robert Covington out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Trent in at the 2 spot. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile 1 block.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Craig, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you play?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental, and I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
Lillard with it. Williams picks him up. Lillard against Ibaka. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. And Morris subbed in for Nicholas Batum. Lillard way outside. That shot is off. And the Clippers will come the other way.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' gain.
Covington passes to Trent. Now here's Jones. Lillard outside. Lays it up and banks it in. Lillard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And stolen by Lillard. And now Lillard pushing it up. No one back. Oh!
Yes! Yes!
And that's like taking candy from a baby. When Lillard gets his hands on the ball with open court in front of him, he's going all the way.
Williams passes to Zubac. 8 feet away. Good. The nice assist for Williams. Zubac has got 6 points.
Trying to attack the heart of that defense with great teamwork.
Lillard with it. Leonard picks him up. Pass to Trent. Three-pointer, Lillard hits it from three-point range. Lillard's got the lead up to 12 now for the Trailblazers.
A guy who spaces the floor, but also willing to attack the rim. Lillard has confounded the defense all night.
He's doing what he can do to pull them closer, but it's not enough. He needs more help.
And Lillard gets double-teamed to the right side. Damian Lillard with the jam.
And no stopping Lillard. Excellent at staying in control no matter what the D throws at him.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Luke Kennard comes in for Leonard. And it's Jackson in for Paul George. Jackson down low. And the dunk by Zubac.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Williams against Lillard. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
And you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Lou Williams. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Jackson looking it over. Feeds it to Morris. Zubac trying to break loose. Morris, no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it. Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Beverly, the pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Here's Lillard. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers trail by 14. Taken away by Anthony. Here's Simons, defended by Beverly. Lillard outside. No good from outside.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Lillard with it. 32 points in the game. Pass to Cantor. Takes the three. And it's Lillard missing. That will count.
Really have to respect how Hood works his tail off on the defensive end. Never giving up anything easy.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. It's the Trailblazers.
Hey, good job defensively.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Patrick Beverly. Marcus Morris is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George, and it's Ibaka in at the center position. Outside, George. And George with the stuff.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
Good on the wing. Back to Lillard. Jacks up a three. They get the rebound. And Cantor able to finish. And the Trailblazers lead by 14.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Good luck containing Paul George on the drive. He's one of the more fluid wings in the league.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for the Clippers. Outside, Jones. There's the pass to Simons. Back to Jones. There's the feed to Cantor. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Covington dishes to Cantor. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
And how about the performance we're seeing from him? Not one miss on the day.
Beverly finds Ibaka. Back to Beverly. But deep three from George. And it's Portland with the rebound. Cantor's got 8 rebounds in this game. Covington passes to Cantor. Here's Simons, defended by Ibaka. A nice shot by Simons. Simons has got 4 points in the quarter.
And that pick takes the D totally
out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Back to Covington. Jones against Leonard. Jones, the pass to Covington. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Jones has got his 4th assist in this one.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Nobody near Leonard. And the 3 ball is good.
And as they're trailing in this game, they're trying to stay in it with the triple. They're shooting a lot more of them than they did in the first half.
Jones with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. Batum with the steal. Leonard with the bucket.
This is what you want to do on the offensive end. Get Kawhi looks in the paint. Rely on him to make a play.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly. And the Clippers making a switch here. Zubac is checked in. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Lillard's checked in. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And maybe, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
Capable of flat out torching you. Once PG-13 gets into a groove, watch out.
Lillard attacking, can't cash in from close range. Here's Batum, and with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Batum's got his first points in this one. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Here's Lillard, and then Lillard slams it in.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Inside, here's Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Here's Trent, defended by George. Trent passes to Lillard. Just 5 to shoot. Off target from outside. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Batum. Can't hit that one. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Jones kicks to Covington. He dishes it to Lillard. Three-pointer. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. And here's Los Angeles. They're on an 11-2 run. And here's George for 3. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Lillard outside. It's Covington on the wing. Lillard, the pass to Trent. Here is Lillard. Three-pointer. Drills it from outside. Lillard's got 37.
And that's Dame showing that competitive side. Loves a good duel, especially from range.
They get it back. And Jones sends it back. And so it's Portland winning this one. They came in. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the starting lineups have concluded. So, greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports. Now let's take a look at some of the numbers for Luka Doncic.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. We've got Doncic. Porzingis is out there with Willie Cauley-Stein. Then there's Richardson, and it's Finney Smith in at the small forward position. And for the Trailblazers, we've got Robert Covington, also Enes Kanter out there, Damian Lillard out there with Derek Jones, and it's Trent in at the shooting guard position. The offensive rebound. Here's Trent. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Lillard against Doncic. Lillard dishes to Covington. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. I feel like we always see a little more energy from teams, Brent, after All-Star Weekend. Seems like that's a much-needed break at this time of the year for a lot of guys.
Yeah, no question about just the mental reset and how important that is for guys to reflect a little bit, Kevin. We don't talk about that a lot, but to be able to go back and kind of retool yourself, what you can do individually to contribute to what you know the team might be missing. That's a huge help for a coaching staff. And those are the kind of shots that Lillard, when he gets in these hot streaks throughout the course of the season, gets more and more consistent with.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Looking at the Trailblazers, they took the last win in their last game against the Timberwolves at Target Center. Here's Lillard, and Lillard gets double-teamed, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
And here are the Trailblazers now. The Mavericks making the shot. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Lillard. Sweet little floater. Lillard's got 7.
Now their offense is rolling. A perfect start. 4 of 4 so far.
Mavericks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Lillard against Doncic. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And guys, the intelligence is evident. When the pick comes, Doncic often makes the right read.
Lillard outside. Fires the 3. And it's Finney Smith with the rebound. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. It's a 3-point game. Last time they met was in Dallas.
It was a loss last time they faced up against each other. A very tightly contested game that they felt they could have won.
Man, felt like they probably would have won if they weren't saddled with all that foul trouble. They had to piece together some makeshift lineups late in that game. That might have cost them.
Here's Lillard. The Mavericks making the shot. And it's good for 2. 9 points in the game so far. Mavericks trail by 3. Doncic looking it over. Pass to Cauley-Stein. The feed to Richardson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Nice job by Richardson getting to the inside. High percentage play to the basket.
Lillard against Doncic. Lillard at...
Okay. Another reminder that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
Doncic against Lillard. And the dunk by Doncic.
making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Here's Richardson. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Lillard outside. He feeds it to Cantor. Back to Lillard. Takes it from 10. Good. He hits the jump shot. Lillard's got 13.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
And Doncic, here we go. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Oh, man, a hot start for him. He's hit 5 of his first 7.
Lillard, right side. Porzingis with the block.
Yeah, good luck getting a shot over the 7-foot, 6-inch tall wingspan of Kristaps Porzingis.
From deep. It's been all about Luka Doncic for Dallas. He got into double digits for the quarter. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, Jalen Brunson out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. Then it's Johnson. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Kleba in at small forward. Hood, the pass to Cantor. Shoots over Powell. Just his first attempt. Cantor's shot is off.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
Kleba inside. Oh, that was huge.
Incredible. Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Hood on the wing, guarded by Hardaway. Hood kicks to Cantor. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 8-footer goes back up. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Defender gets a little over-aggressive, which is understandable. Cantor is a big, active guy to try and guard.
Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duo.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
now
kidding.
He's an all-star last year. And, you know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. Hood, the pass to Cantor. Misses in close. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Hood against Kleba. To the paint, Johnson.
Melo using all of his length to stretch that one out there. Good job contesting that shot.
To the middle, Powell with the steal. Hardaway against Hood. And he's fouled pretty hard on that. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able to coach. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Surprise in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double checking, and the game continues on.
Lillard scanning the floor. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Powell, the pass to Johnson, and then Johnson with the dunk.
Well, known for his athleticism, Johnson can sneak up on you, and that time, that dunk looking second nature.
And a five-star recruit coming out of high school, Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
It's his first trip to the line.
And, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
And GA, even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
Traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward.
That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss. Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
One thing about Lillard is he can go with either hand when he's attacking the rim, and that makes it very difficult to defend.
Now here's Richardson, and the dunk by Powell.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Lillard, the pass to Kendrick. Back to Lillard, fires the three. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. There's 48 seconds left in the first half of the game. Richardson attacking. So it's Richardson with the jam.
Josh enjoying this and one opportunity. Good job finishing despite the defense knocking him around a bit.
Carmelo Anthony's checked in for the Trailblazers. And Fernie Simons comes in for Rodney Hood. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Powell. Porzingis comes in for James Johnson. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Hardaway. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
Always an appreciation for Lillard and his build, just how rugged he is, along with that fearlessness.
Down low. And Cauley-Stein with the basket on the assist by Doncic. Cauley-Stein's got the lead up to 6 now for the Mavs. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Lillard attacking. Good work defensively by Richardson.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
In Europe, Doncic spent a lot of time as a primary ball handler. You see the craftiness there in terms of drawing fouls.
All free throws good from Doncic. 12 seconds left in the first half. And Lillard kicks to Anthony. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Anthony's got his first 2 points.
Yeah, the vision's one thing, but the timing also helps. Lillard prepared to get the ball to his teammate.
And so it...
Thanks, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 12 points, 2 assists. And now with the second half about to get underway.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half. I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Trailblazers, they've got Enes Kanter, Robert Covington out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Trent in at the 2 spot. Kanter's shot is off. Mavericks leading by 6. Here's Finney-Smith, and it's rebounded by Covington. The Trailblazers shooting 43% from the floor. Nobody near Lillard. Sinks the triple. Lillard's got the first basket of the second half. That one for Portland.
Well, for a guy who used to be more proficient in the half-court game, Lillard showing that nowadays he's just as dominant in transition.
Oh, that's blocked.
You talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
Passes it to Kanter. Cauley Stein with the defensive effort.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Porzingis trying to get free, and it's a 1-2 missing.
Not sure they realize it's not halftime anymore. 4 attempts, and they're still looking for their first bucket.
Kicks it out to Covington. Back to Kanter, and he uses the glass on the layup. Wait, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation, or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys,
yes,
they're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
The pass to Jones. To the inside. And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Enes Kanter.
This is a guy who plays with a high motor and who enjoys contact. Kanter feasting inside.
Doncic against Lillard. Now Doncic, 14 points for him, 6 to shoot. Gets that one through the hole, making now 7 of 13 in this game.
Creative at finding ways to just cut inside there. Doncic, a guy you must keep your eyes on.
Lillard attacking. The shot's good. Lillard's got 7 now in this quarter.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
And the dunk by Doncic.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
Lillard up top, guarded by Doncic. Good work there as it goes. Lillard's got 28 points for the game.
Love his shot selection. Good at taking quality shots. Whether he's defended or open, he knows how to knock those down.
That doesn't go either for Doncic. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. They've got the Timberwolves ahead of them next in Minneapolis. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And Kanter throws it down.
Well, the size, length, and power of Kanter on full display that time.
Brunson scanning the floor. Drops in the layup for 2. 7 lead changes now, and we're just in the third quarter.
Yeah, frustrating for a coach, but it's great to watch as a fan.
Hood, the pass to Simons. Feeds it to Kanter. The 9-foot shot. Shoots over Brunson, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, there's a poison apple scenario there. Kanter with the polished up fake. If you bite, you lose.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
76% at the stripe for him thus far this season.
He was able to tie it up. He has to be disappointed that he could not give his team the lead.
Now here's Brunson. He's covered closely, missed inside. The Trailblazers have gone 7 of 10 on their field goal attempts here in the third. Simons, the pass to Cantor. Outside Hood. Pass to Simons. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Defense has got to be better. Flat out effort was not there.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trailblazers. A grand total of 28 points. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Powell is out there with Maxi Kleber. Then there's Richardson. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Brunson in at the point guard position.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
A great example out here of just a no-quit team continuing to compete until the final buzzer.
Anthony, the pass to Simons. He kicks to Cantor. And stolen by Richardson. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Hardaway finds Richardson. Back to Hardaway. And Anthony sends it back.
How about Melo rising up quick to that one there? Nice shot clock.
Jones dishes to Cantor. Out to Hood. Launches it. They get it back. The shot's good from Cantor. Cantor's got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers.
And he has started to turn it on now after that slow start.
And he commits the intentional foul. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Powell. Porzingis is coming in for Maxi Kleber. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. On the wing, Doncic. Covered by Lillard. Richardson right side. And now Jones running the floor all by himself. And then Jones with the jam.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And he makes the first. And the Mavericks making a change here. Hardaway's checked in. Oh, free throw's good from Doncic.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
Cantor, it's good on the putback.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
The Mavericks trailing. Doncic outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Doncic has got 22. And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player. Can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Lillard, the pass to Cantor. And stolen by Cauley-Stein. Richardson attacking. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here, we're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And Lillard gets it to go.
And that is what you need in big moments. Lillard's a strong leader with competitive drive. Bingo.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. Stolen by Cantor. And again, Portland running the court in transition. Doncic with it. Pass to Cauley-Stein. And again, the turnover by the Mavericks.
Yeah, unfortunately, just poor execution there. You cannot give the ball away at this point in the game.
Marjanovic checked in for Dallas. Powell comes in for Porzingis. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Lillard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Lillard just plays with a flat-out edge. Dangerous as a player who knows how to draw contact inside.
So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
Trent passes to Lillard. Here's Trent. 1:22 left to play here in the fourth. Here's Lillard. Count it from 12. Lillard's got the lead up to 6 now for Portland.
Consistent and accurate from that particular spot on the floor. The offense kind of predicts those shots. Lillard's got a good eye for the mid-range.
Here's Doncic, and that one is good. Doncic has got 24 points.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
An open look for Lillard, and a little luck that time, but it drops. Lillard's got 36.
Well, he has that ability, elevates his game in the clutch time. It's Lillard time. He's on point.
Doncic outside. 40 seconds left in the game. It falls! And now they trail by just 4.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
Lillard against Doncic. Covington kicks to Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad. And maybe the natural-born leader that Josh Richardson is showing up in a big way.
Trent passes to Lillard. Lets it go with the 3. The shot missing. And the Mavericks call time here. They're behind by 4. 3 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, they got to get straight to the hoop, then a foul immediately.
And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Damian Lillard.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Staples Center downtown. All right, a chance to check out stats for Paul George.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Porzingis. Then there's Cauley Stein. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum, and it's Ibaka in at the 5 spot.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Here's George, and the rejection by Cauley Stein. They get it back. Clock at 6. Another shot, trying to get open is Ibaka. And there's the nice layup by Leonard. On the league, Doris, we're seeing plenty of small ball, but some teams are going big. If you were a coach at this point, which way do you think you'd lean?
Well, Kevin, I think the best coaches maximize the talent at their disposal. And sometimes a coach philosophically may believe in, I emphasize the three-point line, I want to eliminate all mid-range shooting. I want to get to the restricted area and the free throw line. I mean, to me, I love playing a high-tempo, wide-open floor game. Let's let the players show off all their skill.
And they get it back. Down low. Second shot opportunity. And it's Ibaka getting it to go.
I have always loved the intensity with which Serge Ibaka plays, especially on the glass. He understands how to use his length.
Now, here's Doncic. He picked up 21 points in their last win against the Nuggets in Denver. That one goes. Count it. 6 points for Willie Cauley-Stein.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often. You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now here's Beverly. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game.
Well, Patrick Beverly puts it on the deck, drives to the cup, and will get to the free throw line.
This is his first free throw of the game. Dallas making a switch here. Hardaway's checked in. Both free throws good from Beverly. Mavericks have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Batum with the steal. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. The three from George. Great positioning on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Doncic against Beverly. Doncic dishes to Cauley-Stein. And Doncic is right there.
Well, Luka Doncic has every skill necessary to be a difference maker on the boards. Let's begin with his great size.
Now here's Beverly. Pass to George. Plays it up and banks it in.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
On the wing, Doncic. Defended by Beverly. Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
Scoring through contact is something Kristaps Porzingis has got to get used to in the NBA. Teams try to get physical with this guy.
Now here's Beverly. Ibaka right side. Outside for Batum. Back to Ibaka. And stolen by Cauley-Stein. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Johnson, he's checked in for Dallas. Jalen Brunson comes in for Doncic.
How about the height and the length and the athleticism of Kristaps Porzingis? Barely has to jump to throw that down.
Good on the bucket.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now here's Brunson. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Denver.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
On the wing, Morris. He's guarded by Johnson. Morris passes to Zubac. Porzingis with the block.
Porzingis so fast off the floor when he challenges a shot. Helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
Here's Johnson. That shot, no good. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. 4-point game. And he comes up with the deuce. George has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
We call that one the do-it-yourself kit.
Williams against Brunson. Good work defensively by Morris. Over in the corner, Zubac. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Good if it goes. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Plenty of offense in this closely contested. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
I love their effort, contesting shots, trying to intimidate here early on.
Well, as a shooter, when the ball is sent back in your direction enough times, it can certainly have an impact on your mind.
Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Williams. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in at the 2. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. It's good.
You love how Powell goes to work on the block, muscles his way to establish himself and deliver.
Outside Williams. And the pass to Zubac. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Zubac has got 4 this quarter.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Runs in the pass to Finney-Smith. He dishes it to Powell. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That's on Lou Williams.
I think this is where Powell is really trying to improve, right? Sacrificing his body, taking it right to the defense.
Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. Here's Brunson. The shot, no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Looking ahead to their next game, playing at New Orleans, they'll match up against the Pelicans. And that one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's Bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you. And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Here's Williams. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Now Brunson. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. And the shot goes down.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
And born and raised in Toronto, Powell is part of a growing legion of NBA players who hail from up north.
We the North. How about upon arriving in Dallas, he became the 5th Canadian to suit up just for the Dallas Mavs organization alone. So college and NBA scouts spending more time there now. What a beautiful country with plenty of basketball talent.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball. The Clippers getting the bucket. Thompson with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Hardaway with a wide open look. Traps in the tray. And the Mavericks lead by 2.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Now Cauley-Stein following the miss by Marcus Morris from deep. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Shots good by Kennard. Kennard's got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
Well, the threat to score is real when Lou Williams has the ball, but he uses that to set up his passing game.
Brunson fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
Well, this second quarter has proven to be a turnaround. This guy looking much more comfortable all of a sudden.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Johnson comes in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Doncic is checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Richardson in for Hardaway. Now, here is George. 17 points for him last game against Golden State.
He was also an excellent setup man as well. This guy was cutting the defense to shreds with incredible passing.
Here's Doncic after the basket by Los Angeles. Launches a 3. It's hauled in by Beverly.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Leonard with no one around. Knocks down the 3 ball. Leonard's got the lead up to 2 now for Los Angeles. Passes it to Johnson. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And the Clippers will come the other way. Ibaka, the pass to George. No good, and he's 3 of 6 from the floor. Pass to Kleba. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. That shot missing. Great D that time from Batum. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one on Richardson.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has 0 fear. In fact, contact, it doesn't deter him at all.
Mavericks trail by 5. Doncic outside. Will it go? That's tipped.
Wow, Patrick Beverly, barely 6 feet. Send it back, young Patrick.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Clippers. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They never put themselves in too much danger. And that's all we have for now.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
On the floor for Dallas, we've got Doncic. Porzingis is out there with Willie Cauley-Stein. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Mavericks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
And he's good on the 2nd. You know, when you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
Yeah, Patrick Beverly making it easy for his teammate to score.
Here's Doncic. He can't get it to go.
And they continue to control the glass.
Ibaka goes in. And George kicks to Batum. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. It's Ibaka. That time on the assist from Batum. Ibaka's got 6 points in the quarter.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And Doncic throws it down.
Well, Luka can get himself into the paint with consistency, and boy, does he make that a high percentage finish.
Beverly against Doncic. But he gets it back.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Mavericks trail by 8. Richardson finds Doncic. Lets the 3 fly. Kept alive.
Well, not sure who was responsible for the block out, but this guy got in there and dug out his points.
Clippers have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
You have got to have the right focus and the right reads in the pick and roll. And Paul George making all the right decisions right now, slicing up the defense.
Beverly against Doncic. It's Richardson on the wing. Wants to get it to Doncic and does. Banked in off the glass. Doncic has got 8 points.
You got to remember that Luka Doncic is so much more than a shooter. He's got every shot in his arsenal, even amongst the trees in there.
Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Here's Doncic, and it's blocked, and he gets it back. A second chance effort, and it's good on the way in. He's got 10.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
George against Richardson. George dishes to Ibaka. And it's George missing. Mavericks trail by 6. Fast break, Dallas. Here's Finney-Smith. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
And stolen by Cauley-Stein. Here's Doncic. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Now just a 2-point Los Angeles lead.
I'll tell you, you have got to have a short memory. You put a poor first half behind you, and you get to work here in the second.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Brunson the pass to Marjanovic. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. Here's Brunson. He has 7. And he banks in the layup. Brunson's got 9.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Brunson against Williams. Pass to Zubac. It's rebounded by Dallas.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Brunson, and he hits it to tie the game up.
Yeah, he shot the ball well enough to keep his team even. Let's see if together they can elevate past that.
And here is Williams. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Serge Ibaka. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Lou Williams out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Zubac in at the pivot, manning the middle.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
It's stolen by Marjanovic. Fast break, Dallas. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
Yeah, but that's been elusive. They've missed a few plays along the way that they'd love to have back.
Here's George. The shot misses. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Here's Johnson, and another basket for Dallas. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Now here's Beverly. Inside. Here's Ibaka. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
And to me, it's never easy trying to guard Serge Ibaka. This guy is such a powerful player who is not afraid to mix it up.
Brunson the pass to Powell. Back to Brunson. Out to the right wing. It's hauled in by Beverly. The Clippers trail. Here's Batum. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. 2nd minute off the clock now in the fourth.
Boy, great extension from Ibaka. His length always a factor.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Burke, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Leonard hits them both.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Now here's Burke, defended by Beverly. Powell, the pass to Marjanovic. Back to Powell, stolen by Beverly. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Oh my goodness! Wow. What a play!
Well, Kawhi Leonard might be quiet off the court, but on the court he makes a lot of noise.
Now here's Burke. T right on him. The pass to Marjanovic. Stolen by Beverly. And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, Kawhi Leonard's passing skills have developed over the years. And if you give him that much attention, he'll find his teammates.
And the Mavericks call time here.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, this is why you hate to lose momentum. It can be hard to get it back.
And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Patrick Beverly.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
And we've got an update here. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Doncic has been in this position many times. He makes it look easy.
George looking over the floor to the paint, and stolen by Cauley-Stein. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. Count that one. And now just a 2-point Clipper lead.
And we could have been looking at a 2-possession game, but that was a huge mistake on the turnover. Now, nerves becoming a factor.
George passes to Ibaka. Here's Doncic, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Luka Doncic is so clever. This guy able to draw the contact to get himself to the free throw line.
Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles.
This guy has a reputation for being a great free throw shooter, and you've got to knock him down. He does it here.
Beverly against Doncic. Here's Zubac. Yes!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Here's Doncic. It's good! A huge shot to tie it up.
Doncic relishes the opportunity to deliver in big moments, and my goodness, embrace the spotlight, young man.
Outside Leonard. And that'll be two free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
Had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
And the Mavericks call time here. The score is tied at 64. There's 38 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Then for the Mavericks, Powell, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Trey Burke subbed in for Richardson. He sinks the clutch free throw.
Well, you think back to draft day in 2011. It was quiet then. It became loud as his career went on. But the Spurs get the draft rights to Kawhi Leonard on that day for George Hill. Incredible.
Here's Doncic. Rebound by the Clippers. Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Now, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Well, what a performer this guy is. Game is on the line. He stands up and delivers.
Beverly against Doncic. Good!
Luka Doncic has superstar written all over him. He's cooking.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game. Six seconds left in the fourth quarter. Misses the deep three-point attempt. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Dorisburg, David.
And in the second quarter, Ty Debo appeared on camera with a headband for the first time in the finals. Would that
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And coming to you today from... Now we get a chance to check out some stats for Paul George.
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games, and he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Paul George. Batum's out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ibaka, and it's Beverly in at the point. And for the Trailblazers, we've got Robert Covington. He's out there with Jones. Enes Kanter is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Trent in at the 2. And it's in there. And the pace of this game unlikely to be high, Chris. Both these teams like to slow it down and run half-court sets.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. Neither one of these teams wants to turn this into a boat race. Chances will be limited, and it's crucial to minimize turnovers.
Here now, the Clippers. Batum attacking. Misses the baby hook. For Portland, they won their last contest, that game against the Timberwolves at Target Center. And the dunk by Covington.
proving he's not afraid to finish with power. Covington loves to dunk it home.
And now just over a minute played here in the first. Leonard draws the double. The pass to Beverly from deep. A three-pointer is right on target. Beverly's got 5.
And what confidence from Beverly squaring himself up as the pass was coming his way. So he was ready to fire.
And it's Lillard missing. The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Ibaka, and Covington sends it back. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Covington with the ball, and he gets the bucket.
Strong finish by Cantor. The contact doesn't seem to affect his mechanics at all.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
Yeah, the offense looked cohesive last night. Whatever challenge the opposition presented, well, they answered with confidence.
The shot by Lillard, wide open. The quick look, no good that time.
His field goal percentage has dipped this quarter. I mean, his movement has to be better. He has to find the open spots on the floor.
Leonard, and then Leonard with the dunk.
And with a good mix of power and agility, Leonard can throw it down with the best of them.
Lillard, the pass to Cantor. Lillard scanning the floor. Tries again. Cantor dishes to Lillard. And the rejection by Ibaka.
An elite rim protector, Ibaka has the highly desired combination of athleticism and timing.
Here's Leonard, and finished off by Leonard.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
Count the basket. 6 points for Leonard.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Trailblazers trail by 7. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Lillard, the pass to Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
And what unselfish play from Lillard. This guy's no problem giving it up, especially when his teammate's wide open.
Clippers have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Oh, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
And that one's good, Lillard.
With his ability to accelerate, defenders have to be careful against Lillard. It's either give him the 3 or risk the blow-by.
Over in the corner, Batum. Here's Ibaka, laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Lillard with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. It's a hand on it. It's hauled in by Beverly. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
This is the kind of teammate Batum is. You like seeing him share it like this.
Lillard attacking. To the left side wing. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. So both teams changing it up here. There's 25 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Clock at 4. Here's Anthony. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
That's just something to keep an eye on. I mean, when their reserves are operating at a high level, so tough to beat.
And, you know, you go back to that horrific leg injury in Vegas back in 2014, and Paul George hasn't just made it back to the NBA. He's come back a better player.
Man, you don't see this fella blow many layups. Not against D like that anymore.
And so it's Los Angeles going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're feeling very confident. Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but Damian...
When I'm training in summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
So for the Clippers right now, Morris is out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Williams. Then there's Jackson. And it's Zubac in at the center position. Here's Simons. And the rejection by Zubac.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Basket counts.
No, you love when Jackson comes up with the floating J. The way he shoots, it makes it impossible for the D to do anything about it.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are three guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible, and I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. Here's Lillard. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him. Lillard's got 7 points.
Can't do a lot to stop Lillard. He's amazing at absorbing contact on these drives.
Williams finds Morris. Clippers moving the ball around. From outside the arc. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Lillard up top. He's coming off a 25-point game against Minnesota.
While he was doing that, I mean, dropping buckets. He was keeping everybody else involved, too. I mean, he had a tremendous night facilitating.
Trailblazers trail by 10. And then Lillard slams it in.
Lillard is capable of getting up to slam it home. You better keep him out of the paint.
Morris outside. Kennard kicks to Jackson. Back to Kennard. On the wing, Morris. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Lillard fires away from way outside. Can't drop the tough three-pointer.
If he was shooting even a little bit better, the story of this game would be a lot different.
And the shot goes in. And now it's a 12-point Clipper lead.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Passes to Trent. He feeds it to Covington. Up and in on the layup.
The strength of Covington, willing these shots in, despite the D being very aggressive with it.
They get a hand on it. Outside Jackson. Pass to Zubac. And now Lillard running the floor all by himself. That one good for 2. Lillard's got 11.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Zubac the pass to Morris. Zubac kicks to Jackson. Now Williams. Back to Kennard. Pass to Jackson. 5 on the clock. On the wing, Williams. Zubac trying to break loose. Williams can't hit.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
Yes, that goes in. Covington's got 4 points in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Jackson passes to Kennard. Outside Williams. Out to Morris. Outside Williams. Kennard for 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Lillard outside. From deep three-point range. Offensive rebound. 36 seconds left in the first half. And it's good. 2 points. And now just a 4-point Clipper lead.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Williams passes to Zubac. In the corner, Kennard with it. Hits the three-point bomb. And the Clippers lead by 7.
They set Kennard up so well. He takes a composed shot and drains it.
Lillard way outside. And it's Lillard again missing.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
From the top of the key, and that would have counted, but his shot was... And so it's Los Angeles, bringing the quarter to a close with a set.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 8 points and 1 rebound. And now with the second half about to get underway.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Los Angeles leading by 7. Robert Covington out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Derek Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Trent in at the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
And then Lillard slams it in.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
Hey, guys, you think he was sending a message on that one? He doesn't like losing.
The pass to Beverly. Back to George. It's tipped.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Kanter has been much maligned for his work at that end. He's been making a better effort.
Buries it from three-point range.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
And that's why they're running plays for him. They're getting him the ball and letting him go to work.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to 8. Again, the points coming from Damian Lillard. Passes it to Ibaka. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Lillard dishes to Kanter over Batum. That one wide left. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Looking ahead to their next game, playing at New Orleans, they'll match up against the Pelicans. That'll be the second on the road in the midst of this long 4-game road stand. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
And he's all over that shot. Has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
And George, here we go. And the shot goes in. George has got the lead up to 12 now for Los Angeles.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Right wing, Kanter, the pass to Simons. That's a 2 from Lillard. Portland, no good that time either.
Setup's good. That's the shot they're looking for, but you can't get them all to go.
And it's Leonard missing. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. And it's Anthony with the jam.
This is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Kanter. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
Clippers leading by 10. Pass to Beverly. On the wing, Batum. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. And it's blocked.
And Beverly just goes all out on defense, which is what allows him to come up with these rejections.
George. It doesn't go for him. Excellent D from Kanter. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Good finds Lillard. Oh, good with the triple. LA's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And the fact that Leonard can pour it in like tonight, and in addition to his defense, is really why he's one of the best two-way players we've ever seen.
Now a timeout called by Portland. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters, but ultimately your teammates got to feel like you played for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Lillard. And at last, they get one to fall. Lillard's got 20 points.
What more can you say about Lillard's gritty demeanor on the court? I guess contact doesn't bother him.
George with no one around. Stayed with it, but they couldn't get it to fall. Trailblazers trail by 10. Over in the corner, Lillard. Anthony taking his time here. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. For Los Angeles, they've gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. And George with this stuff.
Don't sleep on Williams' ability to create for others. That's a veteran play.
Lillard up top, defended by George. Back to Lillard. And he uses the glass on the layup. Lillard's got 9 points here in the second half.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, very aggressive. I mean, he takes on the challenge with no hesitation.
And that one is good from Zubac.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Cantor kicks to Anthony. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
That should give them a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
Hey, guys, you think he was sending a message on that one? He doesn't like losing.
Pass to Leonard. Outside Williams. Now the pass to Zubac. 2 points. That one goes.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Lillard from deep three-point land, and that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in.
And that's why he's one of the best two-way wings.
And so it's Los Angeles, up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we'll be back with you shortly. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on a platter, and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Lou Williams out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. A 3 from Morris. And Jones pulls it down. Jones has got his 4th rebound in this one. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Lillard's checked in for the Trailblazers. And then for the Clippers. Man's checked in, and it's Jackson in for Paul George. Clippers leading by 10. Here's Mann, and Jones sends it back, and he's able to get it back. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Zubac. And no good. Trying to use the glass. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for Portland. here in the fourth quarter. Their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Here's Lillard, and Lillard throws it down.
Lillard is phenomenal at penetrating to the bucket. His speed, athleticism, difficult to slow down.
In the corner, it's Morris. And the Clippers miss again.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Lillard left side. Over Jackson. Lillard again missing. The Clippers have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Jackson misses. Trailblazers trail by 8. Here's Trent. Lays it up off the glass. Trent's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's good instincts as a distributor. I mean, Lillard on point with the pass.
Williams passes to Zubac. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Lillard from deep three-point land. That one falls, coming off Anthony's feet. Anthony's got 3 assists now in this one.
Oh, great ball movement there.
High post, Zubac to the middle. And now here comes Jones leading the break. And there's the whistle, called a clear path foul there. Yep, and he'll shoot 2 at the line. First free throw is good. And so Jones nails both of them. Pantry checked in for Portland. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Lillard and the rejection by Ibaka. And that last out-of-bounds violation is going to be contested. Coach's challenge has been issued here.
And this is the exact type of play that I think is perfect for a review. Coach's challenge or not. I mean, you seldom get into a situation where it's hard to definitively determine the out-of-bounds call.
And depending on what point in the game it is, boy, it can have, Greg, a huge impact on the game. So many games coming down to just one possession. Each possession so critical. So we just got word from the NBA Replay Center via the official courtside administrator. And the original call will stand for the out-of-bounds violation.
You know, and some people might argue, hey, we're stopping the game, but this uses up a timeout, so that's technically already a break that could happen regardless of the call staying the same.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Terry Stotts just went over his game plan with his team. His concern was both their inconsistency and their amount of three-point shots. He said, let's move the ball for good shots. If you have an open three, take it.
The coach's challenge has been issued. A team like this, out of the wire, this is what it's for.
This is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double-checking, and the game continues on.
Got to admire the passion Lillard plays with. He knows he loves having the ball in his hands.
And George, here we go. Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. Lillard with it. George picks him up. Lillard misses. Clippers trail by 5. To end the run, and George with the stuff.
And there was a time when folks said George wasn't a clutch shooter. Remember? Not anymore, people.
Lillard outside. Yes!
Clutch is Lillard's middle name. Time and time again. This guy comes through for his squad.
At the elbow, it's Ibaka. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Batum wide open. He fires. Got it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And these big shots are ones Batum hits all the time. He is so calm in these moments.
Here's Lillard, and it's blocked by Ibaka. Here's Beverly. It counts. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
Feeds to Cantor. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Nicholas Batum.
Crafty pump fake by Cantor right there. Outwitted the defender and won himself a trip to the line.
And he is unable to get the second one. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
So hard to guard, really, without fouling. Leonard is an expert at forcing the issue and getting the call.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
Wrong guy to put on the line in the close game. You know he's not going to miss.
Portland with the ball. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Lillard, the pass to Cantor. Covington dishes to Lillard. Yes!
We're seeing the very best of Lillard tonight. I mean, he's a Swiss Army knife of an offensive player. I mean, he's got a tool for every job.
Ends with a big win by Portland in a tight game. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it.
Until Ty Debo got his first lead of the game with a 3 from Tracy McGrady.
Able to knock it through. Ty Debo up by 1.
In the second quarter, Terry Dissinger had himself a run as he had not 1, not 2, but 3 big dunks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
A stunning view of the moon over our broadcast, and
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. And let's now take a look at some of the numbers for Luka Doncic.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Trent in at the 2-guard spot. And for Dallas, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Lillard the pass to Kanter. Here's Trent. Back to Covington. Here's Trent to the inside. Offensive rebound, and Kanter throws it down.
Like when his motor is running and he's playing with high levels of energy, Kanter is a monster on the offensive glass.
And Doncic, here we go. Makes it off the glass. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Just so good at rising, firing, and dismantling defenses.
For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. The drive by Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Here's Lillard. The Mavericks making the shot. Floats one. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
There's the positive attitude, the strong work ethic of Kanter. Great putback.
Doncic against Lillard. Doncic with the bucket. Doncic has got 6 points.
Shooting 4 of 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel good.
Lillard outside. And the layup is good.
I don't think he even feels that kind of contact. His focus is just too good inside. Nothing a defense can do.
The 3 for Doncic. Doesn't go for him. And the Trailblazers going the other way. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
Yeah, and watching that, all kinds of contributions and just little things that guys were doing to chip in for that win.
Down low, stolen by Kanter. And now Portland on the break. Nice move. Trent passes to Cantor. Lillard fires away from way outside. Mavericks with the rebound. Here's Richardson. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, tough to match up with the length of Porzingis, and when he's floating around there, sometimes those rebounds are going to come up, and he's just too big to not get some.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for the Mavericks. The Trailblazers making a switch here. And now that we have a moment, let's see the best free throw shooting teams in the NBA. In court, the Trailblazers.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want to foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you. Pay time and again.
Jones drives in, and the rejection by Cauley Stein.
Well, Cauley Stein in great position to reject that shot.
Here's Hood. No good that time. Now Dallas takes it the other way.
Well, he's knocking down most everything, guys. 3 of 4 here.
Doncic outside. Stolen away. One-on-one fast break. Jones with it. He's picked up by Doncic. 51 seconds left here in the opening quarter. The shot's good from Cantor.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And here is Doncic, and stolen by Hood. Jones dishes to Cantor. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Jones the pass to Cantor. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Here's Doncic. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Hood the pass to Cantor. Outside Hood. To the paint. And it's blocked. What a play as he just snatches the shot out of midair. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Just 3 on the clock. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. It's been all about Enes Kanter for the Portland Trailblazers. Scoring, rebounding, he was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. We've got more.
I think in the past, anytime I got into...
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vamonos. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor right now for the Mavericks. Jalen Brunson out there with Hardaway. Then it's Johnson, and there's Porzingis, and it's Powell in at the center position. Here's Simons. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Simons has got the lead up to 4 now for the Trailblazers.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
Those interior passes can be dangerous sometimes, but if the timing is good and you execute it there, you can get easy hoops.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. You know, at this point of the year, what's the main thing Grant, a head coach, has to do to keep his team focused for the second half of the season?
I think at this point, the foundation that you've laid should be there. So now what you try to do is schematically, maybe you go through some different defensive coverages. You try some different combinations of players to make sure that guys can make that adaptability quick enough that if that becomes part of a playoff scheme, you're ready for it.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws come. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Dallas shooting their first free throws of this. Good on both. Portland leading by 4. Lillard outside. Pass to Covington. Out to the right wing. From past the arc. Kleber with the rebound. Maverick shooting extremely well. 62% on the night to this point. Brunson. No good on that one. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota where they'll take on the Timberwolves. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
On the wing, Hardaway. Johnson outside. Back to Hardaway. Fires for 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Hardaway's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, it's really important for Tim Hardaway Jr. to find some more consistency from the three-point line.
Covington kicks to Lillard. Back to Covington. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And there's Lillard. That's good on the assist from Covington. Lillard's got the lead back up to 6 now for Portland. Lillard against Brunson. Throws it up high. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Robert Covington picks one up. For Dallas, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for James Johnson. Josh Richardson's checked in for Hardaway. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And Doncic throws it down.
Love the fast hands of Richardson there. Always active on the defensive end, using his length and constantly prowling for steals.
Here's Lillard. That shot off the mark. Nice D from Doncic. Pass to Cauley Stein. There's a minute left to play here in the half. And the pass to Lillard. It's rebounded by Dallas.
We're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
And you can tell that Doncic loves leaking out. They're able to get to the right spot there in transition.
Inside, it's tipped, and it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Zinkas, he's checked in for Powell. Lillard attacking. 2 free throws coming up, and folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Doncic. Yep, it counts. Doncic has got 16 points.
The defense tried, but Doncic gets through. Luka able to put a smooth release on the shot despite the contact.
And so it's Damian.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. At the end of the period, they were up by 2. That about wraps it up. Time now for the second.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Yeah, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
On the floor for Portland, they've got Jones. Enes Kanter is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Trent in at the shooting guard position. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. Gets it to fall, and now he's 10 of 15 on the game.
Just straight quickness. Lillard showing off the effortless blow-by.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Lillard surveying the D. Passes it to Trent. Back to Kanter. Second chance shot. Shot clock at 6. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
And not wasting any time here. Kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
Doncic with it. Kanter covering. And Doncic throws it down.
And when you want Doncic, he's one of those guys who kind of just slithers around until he finds an opening, and then bam.
Now a timeout called by Portland. A different look for Dallas. Johnson, he's checked in for Porzingis. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Rodney Hood's checked in for Portland. And Fernie Simons comes in for Damian Lillard. Here's Kanter. Pass to Simons. Here's Trent. Left side, Hood. Kanter drops in the layup for 2. Kanter's got 4 this quarter.
Heads up play by Rodney Hood.
Mavericks trail by 3. Now Brunson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Enes Kanter. For Dallas, they have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6. A different look for Dallas. Powell comes in for Johnson. And it's Willie Cauley-Stein in for Maxi Kleber.
A great player on a great role. at the charity stripe, the D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Simons the pass to Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
Just Cantor right now has confidence, and that can grow in big ways for him and put up big numbers.
And Ennis Cantor picks up the foul. That's his third foul of the game. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Stolen by Cantor.
Wow, you watched the defender, and it looked like he knew that was coming. He made a quick play on it to intercept the ball in the passing lane.
Brunson against Cantor. Got a piece of it. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Pass to Simons. Just 5 on the clock. And Cantor throws it down.
The sheer strength of Cantor really coming through there. Throws it down with intent.
Mavericks trail by 5. Brunson with it. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Trailblazers have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And they'll keep possession. Down low. Whoops, they pick off the pass. And it's slammed in by Jones. And it's a 9-point Trailblazer lead.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Here's Brunson. Here's Powell. And the shot is long. For Portland, they've gone 8 of 10 shooting here in the second half. Very strong. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. A different look for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Richardson. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Portland also making some changes. Robert Covington's checked in for Derek Jones. Anthony comes in for Rodney Hood. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Here's Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
Doncic against Lillard. From deep. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one.
Yeah, the defense there in chill mode. We all know he can burn them from three-point range.
Here's Trent. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Trent's got the lead up to 12 now for the Trailblazers.
Great to see when Melo spots his open teammate. Good at noticing the overcommitment that time.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's the Trailblazers up by 12. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with James Johnson. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. Then there's Doncic, and it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Out of bounds, it'll be Mavericks ball. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Porzingis. Now, here's Doncic. And the layup's good off the glass. Doncic has got 10 points in just the second half.
Guys, you never know what you'll see when you're watching Luka Doncic. His offensive creativity is through the roof.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Well, whether things are good, bad, or indifferent, coaches will have adjustments to make throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, not just there to pump up or to discipline players. You got to make sure that the coach makes the proper adjustments and has his team in the right mindset to carry it out.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Terry Stotts just went over his game plan with his team. He likes where things are headed, but he cautioned them to play smart the rest of the way. He said carelessness with the ball, with assignments, with rotations, any of that can undo what we've worked to accomplish so far. Kevin, they are so close.
Lillard attacking, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Lillard's got 24 points.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Doncic with it, can't recover. Doncic trying to get open, and the shot is good from Johnson.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Lillard with no one around. An absolute bomb from three-point range. 27 points for him. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are, but look at the Grizzlies. I think they got two terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
Here's Lillard. Fade away. Again, the Trailblazers score.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Johnson goes in. And yes, it's good. Johnson's got 6 here in this quarter.
Now, Crafty getting into the lane. Johnson at his size weaves in and gets the contact and initiates it on the drive.
Doncic with the steal. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Jones checked in for Portland. That one misses for Johnson.
Yeah, like a 5-tool baseball player, James Johnson's one of those guys who does a little bit of everything for his team.
And a deep 3 from Lillard. Had the space there, but it's offline. Mavericks trail by 7. That's a Hardaway beyond the arc. Dallas keeping it alive. A fresh 14. Stolen by Cantor. And now Lillard running the floor all by himself.
Well, for a guy who used to be more proficient in the half-court game, Lillard showing that nowadays he's just as dominant in transition.
Doncic passes to Johnson. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Now a timeout called by Portland. They're leading by 7. 1:35 left in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our New Balance player of the game, Damian Lillard.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Lillard against Doncic. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
That's a time where coaches are telling you wrap up the offensive player. Hard to do with Carmelo Anthony. So strong when going to the rim.
Mavericks making a switch here. Paulie Stein's checked in. Mavericks trail by 8. The 3 for Doncic. They get it again. Cauley Stein's shot is good.
Talk often about physicality of bigger players. Cauley Stein, one of those guys who fits into that category.
Here's Lillard. From deep three-point range, the long-distance three is buried. Lillard's got 36.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. Cantor dishes to Carmelo. Over to the wing. Lillard from outside. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Guys, a comeback probably not in the cards at this point.
Yeah, I think you can put a fork in it.
Richardson, no luck. And Portland with the ball. Back to Anthony. Kicks it to Lillard. From deep. Unable to get that one.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then...
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.